I grew up in poverty. My father, he pumped gas, fixed flats, washed cars for a living. My mother, she cleaned houses. I hated school. Walking around with holes in my clothes, being made fun of. And I told my mom, I'm never, ever going to school again. The last class of the day was 7th grade football, and out walks Coach Wallace, this big giant of a man. He goes down the line and he's shaking hands. And he gets to me and he said, you must be Hearne. I said, yes, sir. He said, I heard a lot of wonderful things about you. I heard you're a great athlete. Then he smiles at me. And my heart went, wow. I'd never been treated like that, and I needed that in my life. Everything starts to change. Because of Coach Wallace's influence in my life, I had a dream that I turned into a goal that became my mission in life. I wanted to be a science teacher and a coach. I met Tony when he was 16 years old. He played basketball for me at Permian High School. He was one of those young men who wanted to achieve.
Coach Hearne had this little drill that he'd love to make us do. I had endurance, so I could run and I could go. Started to get to the point where lapping individuals and started getting threatened by some of the upperclassmen. Coach called me over and he said, don't ever let anyone dictate who you are or take away your gift.
I knew my husband loved me. We always have this thing where we say, love you forever.
I absolutely hate the car buying experience. It's just hard for me to trust. It was my wife's birthday, and she'd always dreamed of driving a Mercedes when she retired. And then I had an epiphany. I thought about Tony. He was in upper management.
I remember him walking into my office, opened his arms wide, and had that big old bear hug.
I wanted to be open and honest with Tony. His words for me that day was, Coach, don't worry about it. He said, I'll get it all set up for you. I want you to call your wife and get her up here to the dealership.
I sit in the car, and my husband asked me, he said, how do you like this? And I told him, I said, oh, this is beautiful. I just love this car. And he said, well, it's your car. I said, what?
She couldn't believe it was her car. The receptionist was crying. It was a magic moment.
The experience made me feel special, like I was just part of the family.
My wife and I have never been treated with such respect and professionalism before in the car buying experience. Park Place is my place because it's all about the service.